So, like I said, when I first heard the album and I got the chance to really take it all in, I just thought this is phenomenal. There's so much depth, emotion, stunning playing by everybody, and Oliver himself. You know, Oliver, I think, has really outdone himself on this. So the challenge is, can you do it again? Yeah, you can. Of course, you can.
The whole album. It's a masterpiece, this one. Um, it covers so many emotions that not only myself, but I also think the listener will encounter in their life. Obviously, for me, it was very personal, but I think everyone could take something from this album.
I was really honored to be asked to be part of this record and to work with Oliver again. I was also very excited to work with Troy Donockley again. Troy worked on the fourth Tellergy album, Black Swallow, and I had a really great time working with him. And it's such an honor to work with such talented people. And I very much hope that I get to work with them both again in the future.
In general, though, the performances from everybody on the album were outstanding. I have to say the Moog solos and the guitar solos on the album were particular highlights for me. But it is very difficult to pin down specifics because there's just so much great playing from everybody on the album. So a real treat to be part of, and happy to be involved, as always, working with Oliver.
I'm not sure I have any particular favourite moment on the album. It's more the combination of the people that were brought together to make the sound. I'm not even sure they all know each other, but you know, Scott on drums and then we've got Dave Pearce on there, Oliver Day, and obviously Oliver, and just a good cast of people to work with. And the sound came together, and it sounds like a band.
I was really chuffed and impressed when I heard the album back for the first time. All the musicians play wonderfully and sing wonderfully. I think they all had a chance to showcase themselves. It's really nicely balanced in that regard, with all the different solos and sections. So that's all great. And it was also really nice to hear the album as one whole thing, with each song running after another to present the whole concept as one work.
Anam Cara, absolutely. I'm not just saying this because I'm on the album. Well, I am, I suppose I'm saying it because I'm on the album, maybe, but there's a little bit biased in there. But basically, if I was just independent and I got to listen to this album fresh for not being on it, I would have the same opinion. I think this is absolutely fantastic, and I would go so far as to say I think this is Oliver's best work so far. The depth of emotion and songwriting on this album, I think, is outstanding. I don't know where he pulled half of this stuff from, but if there's more of that to come, then I really want to play guitar on it. Okay.
The album has already been getting such amazing reviews. It's been really exciting to I see them coming in and read them and listen to them, and I hope people will continue to really enjoy the album. I think it's just like such a testament to Oliver, like within the reaction that it's got. But for me as a singer, it's just like he has just the most beautiful melodies. He just knows how to write these gorgeous lines, and stuff that's really catchy. I'm always finding that, like, myself singing along, which is kind of quite annoying sometimes. Like, they're just really catchy earworms, and I think that's what's going to make the album really accessible.
The album as a whole it's one of those it's a breath of fresh air, in that it's full of integrity. It's very heartfelt. Oliver threw everything at it, and I was really impressed with his guitar playing as well. It's one of those albums that needs to be listened to with attention, something that is rare these days. Not a lot of people have a a good attention span for music. It's one of the great tragedies, but it needs to be listened to properly, like I did, with a nice bottle of wine with headphones on. It's the only way to do it. So dive in there and enjoy it.
Then the album artwork. I'm very lucky to be very good friends with Anne Sudworth, who's a wonderful artist. Does some amazing pictures. And she never, or very, very, very rarely lets her artwork be used for anything on books or CDs. She's done a couple of book covers for authors that she's very good friends with. And I got in touch with Anne many years ago when I was doing the 3 Ages of Magic album, and wrote to her and just said, I love this piece of artwork you've done, could I use it for a record? And she doesn't do record covers, but for some reason she agreed to let me use this piece of artwork. And we stayed in touch over the years, and we meet up at least once a year. And when we were doing this album, I knew that it had to be Anne's artwork. I worked very closely with lots of other artists, Peter Cownick, Rodney Matthews, Roger Dean. But this album, because it had that sort of Celtic feel, and the Three Ages of Magic had that Celtic feel, I felt that it was important that I had Anne's artwork for it. So I was delighted when she said I could use a couple of her pieces for the album. And they suit it perfectly. The artwork just gives an album an identity. And I'm so lucky that I have her as a friend and that she's letting me use her artwork. Are we done? Is that everything that you need? Marvellous. Lovely to be here.